We got about 10 pitchers we think the Rangers should target at this trade deadline, and we're going to discuss them right now. So I'm going to go first with the first pitcher. And we tried to do we each got five guys, and we tried to do two starting pitchers and three relievers because the Rangers need a starter and probably a couple bullpen pieces. So starting with starting pitchers, I think I got Brady Singer from the Cincinnati Reds as the first option. He's a guy I've said before that I think the Rangers should target. He has really good numbers in Globe Life Field. I think he only has three starts in his career, but a 3 ERA. Like whenever he faces the Rangers, I always think he looks really good. And he gives them innings. Like that's the biggest thing is the Rangers need guys that can come in, give. They don't need like top guys. They need guys that can come in and like give them some innings and keep the Rangers in games. Because right now, what they're getting from Mackenzie Gore, Cal Quantrill, and Kumar Rocker. I know Quantrill's only had one bad start, but specifically with Gore and Rocker, there's been a lot of times that they just haven't kept the Rangers in games. And I feel like the Rangers need to get at least a starter that can keep the Rangers in games. And that's what I tried to do when looking at the guys I think the Rangers should target. Brady Singer, he's going to be a free agent after this year. He has been a lot better since the start of June. The ERA is not in a great spot, but he has been better since the start of June. So I think this is a good fit.
Yeah, that's it's not one of the guys I put on my list, but that's definitely one of the guys I looked at. But definitely, definitely a good option.
All right, you can go next.
Yeah, I did Freddy Peralta from the Mets. I got a lot of these guys from the Mets. Um, he has a very high upside if you can get him, and I'm doing this with the mentality that they're going to trade Gore. I don't think they will, but it gives this rotation doesn't really have a lot of right-handed depth. I know you got Degrom and Evaldi, but I feel like he gives you some right-handed depth, and he has. I know he's had not a great year, but from what you've seen from him in the past, you feel like he has a chance to turn it around and be better. And Globe Life Field might just be a better change of scenery. It could backfire, but I do think Freddie Peralta is a good option because when I've seen him pitch, he does look really good. He has a funky arm angle and he can mess with hitters.
Yeah, for sure. I had Freddie Peralta on my list as like one of my extra guys to say. Um, I think the biggest thing is you see the upside. I think he definitely can be a number three for you in your rotation. Obviously, he's been bad this year, and I don't know if he's going to improve if he comes to the Rangers, but you do know he's going to like he's going to give you innings again, and you hope that you can what you can get from Freddie Peralta is a guy who's going to keep you in games. That's the thing that they need from the starting pitcher is a guy who can keep him in games, and Peralta has that and like a lot more upside. Um, but I do think it's going to take a lot to get Peralta just for what he's done in the past. Um, so yeah, I'll go with the next guy, right?
Yep.
Okay, I got Foster Griffin from the Nationals. The Nationals actually are having a pretty good year. They're at 500 right now, but I think their pitching hasn't been too great this year. Their offense is really good. Their pitching hasn't really been great. They're only two games out of a playoff spot. So maybe I messed up there. Maybe they won't go for it. Or sorry, maybe they will go for it and keep Griffin. But I think there is a chance that they trade Griffin and then maybe to get some young starting pitchers, which the Rangers do. A guy that's been like thrown around that the Rangers could trade is Dalton Pence. He's in like Double A. Like Chris Young likes to trade a bunch of these guys that are in Double A. So I think, and like the Rangers and Nationals have done trades before. Griffin has like an arsenal similar to Patrick Corbin, like where he just has a bunch of different pitches and can mix them up really well. He throws strikes, which Chris Young likes, and again, he's going to give you innings. So I think Foster Griffin is a very good fit for the Rangers. I didn't realize the Nationals are two games out of the wild card spot. I knew they were at 500. So maybe the Nationals keep him, but I do think it's something to keep your eye on.
Yeah. Um, Definitely. I don't know. I don't think they're going to get anything from the Nationals considering how close they are to the playoff spot. There are a couple guys I liked on the Nationals, but I just don't think that they're going to really trade for anything the Rangers have. I mean, like the only real trade piece they have is Gore, because I think teams will sell out for Gore's arm and Gore's stuff. I think some playoff teams might sell and try to like fall on that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, you can say your last guy.
Yeah, I went Robbie Ray from the Giants because the Giants are definitely selling, um, and obviously you're trying to get Luis Rice from them. But uh, yeah, he has some walk issues, so he could just end up being another Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah,
He
that's why
really
that's why I didn't go for him because I feel the walks are not great from him. That's why
yeah
I wanted to stay. I didn't really like it.
yeah, but the stuff's real, and I feel like when he is in the zone, it is better than Gore because Gore he'll have these like blow up innings where because I watched some like highlights and some starts, and it's like Gore has these one like blow up inning in the middle of the game or like early in the game where he'll completely take the team out of the game because he's either throwing pitches right down the middle or he's nowhere close to the zone. So and he'll have those blow up innings which completely take the team out of the game. If you give up 5 runs but you gave the offense a chance to score first, then that's different. If you give up 5 runs in the second inning, the game's over. So
Yeah.
um, he has the walk issues, but he does have the ability to get outs besides strikeouts, and that's Gore's problem. Gore can't get outs besides strikeouts. So I do think that it is an upside to Gore. He does have the walk issues, but I do think it's better than what Gore was doing.
Yeah, I do think you're right. I think yeah, everything you said is true. And he's shown this year, even with all the walks that he's had, like he has the ability to get out of those jams. Because like for Gore, whenever he has jams, it's just a snowball effect, and then the game's done. But at least Robbie Ray has um, shown that he can get out of those jams and keep the Giants in the game, who he's pitching for now. So I am more now based on what you said. I do feel a lot better about it, but I still do see a chance that he's just a second Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
likely.
Okay, yeah. The starting pitchers I had were
But
Brady Singer, Foster
In June he
Griffin. Or
pitched
sorry,
to
go ahead.
a in June he pitched to a 1.36 ERA.
Yeah,
Like
and he's
he,
gotten off to a good start in July as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So I had Singer, Griffin, and Peralta. Those are the only starting pitchers I had.
Yep.
Okay. Um, let's go to relievers, right? You go first with the reliever.
I think this is a guy we both have. We both have Luke Weaver. Um, it's kind of the guy we're looking for. He can go multiple innings. He has that high leverage arm, has some velocity. It's what we need because we need someone to bridge from the like a setup guy where we can move Junis to like the seventh, sixth inning role because we need a guy like that. This bullpen is not strong at all. I feel like the bullpen is just as much, not as much. I think the starters is actually kind of more of a concern, but the bullpen definitely has a lot of issues with um, the guys because right now you trust Alexander, you trust Junis, you trust Lats, and then everyone else is just kind of a bunch of rookies. So like literally, it's 5 rookies. So you need
Yeah.
Weaver. I think Weaver provides some experience, and you can have a guy set up for Lats where now Junis can get moved to a lower leverage spot. Not that Junis wasn't good, just give you more balance in the pen.
Yeah. I think like offense, starting pitching, bullpen, like all included, like any move the Rangers could make. I think Luke Weaver is probably the dream get for the Rangers because like Luke Weaver's a dog. I mean, he has a 2.03 RA. He's been like just so good on the road. I think he hasn't allowed a run on the road in a bit. Or I think just now he allowed a run on the road. But anyway, like he's been so dominant for the Mets, and yeah, he'd just be the dream get. He has the balls in like postseason. He throws strikes, and like I said, and you said as well, like the Rangers need a guy in the pen who can throw hard and throw strikes, and they haven't had a guy like that since 2023, Josh Sborz. They've had right-handers that can throw hard, but they can never throw strikes. So, and Luke Weaver is like kind of the dream get for the Rangers. I didn't put him on the list, one, because I knew you were going to say him, but he does have a year and a half left on his contract, and it feels like he is the premium arm to get at this deadline. Like, the arm people are going to want the most, and it feels like farm systems might do a little bit better than the Rangers. Teams with better farm systems might do better than the Rangers. And then also, last year I got pretty hurt when the Rangers didn't get David Bednar. If you guys remember last year, like the Yankees got David Bednar at the deadline, and the Rangers were pretty much second place to that, which sucked because I really wanted Bednar, and he's been great with the Yankees. And I think if the Rangers had Bednar last year, they may have made the playoffs. I hope Chris Young can get Luke Weaver. It would be a dream, but I just don't believe in Chris Young to do it, to be honest.
Yeah.
First reliever I got is Antonio Senzatela from the Colorado Rockies. He has had a great year. 30. I mean, for sure he's getting traded. He's at 30 outings, 49 pitches thrown, so he can go an inning plus. A 3.3 ERA. He's another guy that throws strikes and throws hard, which a righty that throws hard and throws strikes is something the Rangers have needed, like I said before. He's on the Rockies, so he's for sure going to get traded, and he's going to be a free agent after this year. And yeah, just another guy that I think would be a great fit. And like the thing is, you don't have to worry about getting a closer. Like Latz is established to be the closer. You just need guys that can set him up, and I think Senzatela would be a really nice setup man.
Yeah, I put Senzatela as well. He was the next guy up I was going to talk about. He has, like you said, throws hard, throws strikes from the right side, which they don't actually have a lot of right-handed depth. I feel like that's also not talked about. Their leverage guys are lefty Alexander, lefty Latz, righty Junis. So you have to. So he's a good get. And then even talking Latz, if he gets injured, you have multiple guys you can trust to throw the ninth. So there really should be no worry about getting a guy who can throw the ninth, obviously. But
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's a lot of things to like about Senzatela, and you'd feel like if you could get him out of Coors, like the numbers can only get better from there. So I think Senzatela is like the most realistic, best option the Rangers could get as for relief help. I think, just to get a proper setup man and have like Latz and Senzatela 9th, 8th, 9th, and then you have Junis Alexander to fill in the 6th and 7th inning roles. That makes things a lot more easier.
So we can stop going to fucking Robbie Alstrom in a tie game.
Yeah, those type of things, or Chris Martin. But Chris Martin is gonna find his way back. I think I'll let you go next. Are those all the relievers? You got one more.
Got one more.
Okay.
I went Clay Holmes. I know he's rehabbing, but
Clay Holmes is a starter.
Yeah, he's a starter, but he's rehabbing, so he'd be put in the pen.
Is he gonna come back being put in the pen, or is he gonna be starting?
He's gonna be starting, but he's not obviously gonna be He's a starter, but I'm saying he's gonna be in the pen.
Why would he be in the pen?
Because he's come back from injury.
Oh, is he not gonna be built up?
He's not gonna be built up. He's just coming back from injury.
Okay, then yeah, maybe. Okay, yeah, go.
So that was what I was going to say. He's a starter, and you can put him in the pen, and he would have he can eat up some innings for you. Has some good stuff. I was looking for a guy who can maybe eat some innings and do that kind of thing because you don't really have a guy who can do that anymore. And I feel like that swing guy goes underrated a lot of the times because you can use that swing guy to when these starters are going to have bad starts, and I recognize that. I was like, okay, need a swing guy here. Like Latz used to be. So that way like Latz used to be or Quantrill used to be, where they can just eat up some innings after a bad start.
Okay. Yeah, for sure. I feel like he's a developed starter now. I don't think he'd be going in the pen. I think this would be like Clay Holmes would be like a starter for sure. And I think he's set to rehab on July 23rd. So he should be back by the end of July, like pretty much around the trade deadline. And yeah, I like Clay Holmes. I think another guy that throws strikes, so the Rangers could put him in the pen or have him start games. I think they probably have him starting games. He does have another year of control after this year. But yeah, I think that's a great fit as well.
Yeah, because I knew they needed someone to eat innings because of, like I said, you don't have a swing guy anymore. So that's what I was thinking. I was like, okay, you get a starter who's coming back from injury. He can be your swing guy because I'm assuming this with Monty is going to be in the rotation.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, dude, the Mets are gonna eat up the prospects at this deadline, bro.
Yeah.
Like they are for sure the juiciest like seller. Like I got so how many guys have we talked about? You didn't have Brady Singer, right?
No, I
So
did not.
Brady Singer, Foster Griffin,
Luke
Freddy
Weaver.
Peralta, and what other starters did you have? You had Robbie Ray,
Robbie Ray, that's Giants.
and so those are only four starters, right?
Yeah.
Brady Singer, Foster Griffin, Freddy Peralta, Robbie Ray.
Yep.
And then relievers. What were your three relievers? Luke Weaver,
Weaver, Antonio Senzatela,
Senzatela,
and Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes. Clay Holmes kind of counts as a starter.
Yeah.
So okay, so I'm gonna give three more guys. So I got three guys. One is AJ Minter from the Mets. Again, like everyone from this video is gonna be from the Mets.
They're supposed to be good this year.
Yeah, they were. That's why they were supposed to be good, and now they're not. So that's why they have all the good players. AJ Minter 1.8 ERA in 20 games. Oh yeah, sorry I wanted to mention this about Freddy Peralta. Apparently the Rangers had interest in trading him before the offseason, so there's some interest there. AJ Minter's another guy. Before the Mets signed him, the Rangers had interest in AJ Minter. He's from Texas. He's a guy that throws strikes. He's lefty, so he can also be that setup man the Rangers are looking for. Yeah, he's the type of reliever that Chris Young likes. So I think he's a great fit.
Yeah. Just kind of thinking. Yeah, I mean, I like it, but I do think that you're more in need of righty depth than lefty depth. He's a good guy to get, but I'm just thinking you kind of need more righties in this pen because you really only got Junis as the only righty you can trust, and then everyone else is, like I said, a rookie. So I think you should get another righty reliever instead of aiming for a lefty.
Yeah, that's why Senzatela is the most realistic best option. But I think the pen needs depth in any way. Because say you get Senzatela and then one of Junis or Alexander gets hurt, then you need some more depth, right? And I think the Rangers will get two high leverage relievers, or at least just two leverage relievers of some sort. Yeah, so I got another lefty from the Mets, Brooks Raley. He's another lefty. He throws soft but throws strikes. Very similar to Minter. Very good season for him this year. But he's just very similar to AJ Minter.
Yeah. You also got to think Monty's going to come back in the rotation. Cody Bradford, I don't think they're going to have time to build him up to a full start. Well, they probably will know. They have time to build him up to a full starter. But even then, he's probably not going to be a starter. He probably is in the pen. So you have to see then, because then you have Bradford in the pen, who's another soft-tossing lefty. Alexander's a soft-tossing lefty. Alstrom's not a hard-throwing lefty.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, but I think the Rangers will just try to get these guys to build some depth in the bullpen because they got no one, right? Everyone is just a rookie. Yeah, I also think they should consider trading Gore. I think it'd be something if you trade Gore, you put Monty in the rotation, you move and you trade for another starter, move Rocker to the pen. I think it all makes sense, but I don't think the Rangers will trade Gore.
Yeah, I think besides Peterson, your biggest trade, Foster, is Gore.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, the last guy I have is old friend Kirby Yates from the Angels. He has pitched most of his innings in the ninth inning. He was injured for the first month and a half, but overall he's had a fine season. Was injured in the first month and a half. He hasn't done well in the ninth inning, but done well in the seventh and eighth inning. And I feel if you can put him in a seventh inning role, I feel he'd thrive a little bit better. The Rangers have hit him pretty well since he left the Rangers, but I don't know. I feel he feels comfortable here, and maybe coming back to this ballpark, he'll like it. And again, this just creates some depth.
I mean, the two times he's come back to the ballpark, he's gone walked off. So
yeah, I know, but just comfortably in the comfortability in the clubhouse and all this stuff, and maybe you run back the magic he had in 2024, which would be awesome.
Yeah. Man, that's when he was crazy in 24, dude.
Yeah, he was insane in 24. Honestly, Yeah, so those are all the guys we got. So we got 10 guys. I think Brady Singer, Foster Griffin, Freddy Peralta, Robbie Ray, Clay Holmes, Antonio Senzatela, AJ Minter, Brooks Raley, Kirby Yates, and then who else? Sorry, Luke Weaver. I think there's probably one more guy, right? You had one more guy?
Robbie Ray,
I already said Robbie Ray.
Freddy Peralta, Weaver, Senzatela, Holmes. Those are the 5 I had.
Okay, then never mind. I think we got all of them. But, dang, we're probably forgetting something. It's fine. Okay. Thank you guys for watching. Those are the 10-ish pitchers we think the Rangers should try to target at the deadline. And we'll see you around. Thanks.